Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Carlos D. I am an artist from Los Angeles, California. In this video, you're going to see me at the drawing table creating some art. The video is not intended to be instructional, but informative and entertaining. If you learn something from the video, then that's awesome. Hanging out with me today, once again, is my friend Nabil. Thanks for taking the time to hang out, brother.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. I'm glad to be back.
Cool, man. Yeah, I know. You
Another chill
we
session,
we
bro.
did the first one together,
We
man,
did,
and
bro.
finally back at it.
Heck
And now, so I've kind of cleared, I think, 10 weeks for sure now.
Dude.
So just
You're-
keep
you're
on
on-
moving,
heck
man.
yeah,
Just
dude.
keep on
I
moving,
love
dude.
it.
You know, what have you been
I love it.
up to, bro?
Couple gigs here and there. Been picking up.
Video?
Video, yeah.
Awesome, dude.
Photo too.
Oh, sweet,
Photo
man.
too, so yeah.
Sweet. Good to hear, dude.
Yeah, I've been,
Good to hear.
like you said, keep on trucking. man.
Absolutely, man.
Once you stop, what happens? You just
Yeah,
become
yeah,
stagnant, and
yeah. Got to keep
So,
exploring, dude.
yeah, we have
Especially
to.
as artists, man. You know,
Absolutely, bro.
our evolution is nonstop, dude.
No,
And
you
that-
just keep learning it every day.
that's a great feeling.
Mm-hmm.
For me, if I try something in pencil, and let's say okay, I'm motivated to do something different now. Okay, man, I'll just grab some clay and I'll start
Ooh.
molding clay.
Right.
Once I kind of get that out of my system, bam, jump with acrylics. I actually this week began a realism oil painting. It's not in the painting stage yet. It's
Right.
just I just transferred it onto the canvas, so I intend to do that. So
Okay.
an oil painting should be coming up soon.
Life?
No, so
Oh, you changed it up. Huh?
well, it's fake life,
Okay.
AI life.
Oh wow.
So man, there's all these programs out there now.
I've been
uh,
seeing. Yeah.
If
I've-
if
it's
anyone
like
out there
everywhere.
is interested, there's a website, which is the one I have been using recently. It's called Lexica,
Mhm.
Lexica, I believe.
Okay.
Lexica, and it's kind of like a stable diffusion, right? But
Right.
it's open source, limited. So
Okay.
if you go on there, you can actually generate your own.
Right.
You just type in the prompt, right?
Prompt. Yeah.
And then it'll generate an image. You could type in whatever, and it'll
Mhm.
generate that for you.
Right.
So on there already, you could see tons. I presume it's been live. Lexica has
Mhm.
been live for at least 6 months, because
Oh,
6
wow.
months ago is when I kind of first noticed it. When I started to mess around with
Mhm.
with these AI ideas, right?
Yeah.
So on there, of course, they can also generate realism, or
Mhm.
what is appeared to be
Appeared to be
realism, right?
realism,
Yeah.
yeah.
So on there, I just punched in a few prompts, and it rendered some awesome looking photos of people that don't exist. Obviously, they're
Obviously.
like, or some likenesses, I presume, of
Right.
real persons. But so I got the image from there.
Mhm.
But it's gorgeous lighting. It's realism. It's a male figure. The
Right.
first one that I'm gonna do.
Mhm.
It looks a bit tricky if I were to render it, because I can already tell that I'm gonna have to glaze,
Okay.
which is cool, because I know that the effect, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
nail it. So just using whatever's out there, man. No excuses and no barriers. I don't confine myself to like, I
Limiting
have
yourself,
to draw
right.
somebody from realism. Yeah, I have to take the picture myself.
No,
Although I would
yeah.
love to.
Of course. Yeah. It's always better.
Yeah,
but
man. I soon. I'm looking for.
all the utensils are there, so you
Mhm.
might as well use it, right? I mean,
I'm with that. I'm with
Yeah.
that mindset.
what I don't. I mean, the AI is whatever. It's evolving. It's just when people take credit and says it's there. To me, that's not.
Yeah,
should-
yeah. You
might
call it
have
out.
put it. You might have put in the prompts or whatever,
Sure,
but that's
sure.
not really. You didn't make it. Right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So for me, I'm using that as a reference,
Absol-
right?
yeah.
So
That's
I'm
what-
taking
That's
the
difference.
image.
Right.
I'm taking the image and I'm gonna execute it in oils.
Right.
So, and still, I'm gonna be 100% proud to say,
Yeah.
I picked this
Yeah.
up off of Lexica.
See,
I generated
that's
on there.
what sets you apart from
where I want to challenge myself is executing this in oils,
Right.
in realism,
See?
because I know it's gonna look mad sexy, man.
Dude.
The lighting,
can't
you know,
wait.
is just fantastic. So,
So that's
I
what
don't
you
limit
have.
myself, man.
No, we don't. We absolutely don't, bro. Like I said, when you do that, you have limited options, and then you might lose. You might start to lose creativity. You might start to lose ambition.
Yeah,
You-
very
you-
true. I would agree with that. You might go stale.
Yeah.
You know.
That's not a nice place to be. It can be very dark. You know.
I'm always motivated, man.
I like that. I like that.
I'm excited. I like I've told you before, man. We're standing on a rock, dude, floating in the middle of outer space,
Right.
chilling in this crazy spiral that's just
Yeah,
going who the heck knows where across the universe, dude.
Right.
It's amazing, and we're here,
We are here,
and we're
bro.
here, man. Like
We
I'll
are-
take that, man.
We are that speck of sand, bro.
I'm
In
down.
the entire galaxy.
I'm down.
Yeah. Right.
As far as we know it, and that notion, that awareness, that whatever this is, I have an ability to have some kind of control, limited control. You know, I still have to respond to the shell. You know, this
Right.
body. You know, it's affected obviously
Absolutely.
by the exterior environment,
Elements,
but
yeah.
being able to access my mind and creativity to enjoy whatever the heck this is.
Right.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
The light,
This is a
the
cool
lighter
thing.
side of things, bro.
Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely.
For sure. I dig that.
So and like with
But-
this image here, this image that you see here, this little Yorkie in kind of like a Victorian getup
Oh, I
from
see it.
Lexica. I
Dope.
got it from Lexica.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
because I'm just on there and I'm just like, this looks cool.
Right.
I would want to render this, and let me see how I'd so I'm not rendering it. The reference is like a photorealism reference.
Right.
Reference rather. But I'm like, yeah, I just want to pen and ink it. But I added some highlights of color, so
Dope.
I'm still rendering it in my style. I'm not doing like
Yeah.
a photocopy of,
No,
of what I'm
exactly.
seeing. At least for this one. Again,
Yeah.
for the figure, the male figure picture that was rendered with Lexica, I intend to do that one in realism,
Dope.
or the effects of realism, right? When I render it in oils, but
Yeah.
it's just cool, man. Just
is.
just having
It is.
just enjoying myself, dude.
Doc Ock threw me on this when it first came out.
Oh, okay.
Octavia.
Yeah.
I call him Doc Ock. He knows.
Cool.
But yeah, he told me to check it out. I still really haven't delved into it.
These AI
Yeah.
programs, okay, yeah.
But some of the images he had shown me, I was like, wow.
They're amazing.
A computer came up with this.
So some have like a greater capacity to render what your input is.
Okay.
I believe Stable Diffusion is like the top-notch one.
Right.
Lexica is not so much, although I'm sure it's getting better. Of course, right?
Sure.
Every month, dude,
Yeah, it's
the
gonna-
new iteration
yeah.
is going to be better.
Absolutely.
And with Lexica, also you can purchase like a higher amount of
prompts.
prompts.
Okay.
Well, a higher amount
Or-
of actual pic generation,
Oh,
right?
I see.
Because right now you're limited to maybe like 15 or something like that every
Oh.
month or something like that.
I see. I get it.
So you can do like a subscription, right? And I believe as far as like outstanding looking pictures that the AI is generating, I will have to say Stable Diffusion is probably the top-notch one. Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a.
But
big,
they're all cool,
it's
man.
a
They're
big
all
hype right now,
they're all
but
cool.
yeah.
Again, all depends on how you're gonna use the information that you gathered, right?
Right.
How
yeah,
are you gonna use
yeah.
it? So
Right. It's there for a reason.
like
So,
let your creativity rock and
rock.
and
Go wild, dude. Yeah.
figure
Exactly.
something out.
Yeah.
You know, I could have easily just used this as a model for like a clay figure, right? Or if I wanted to sculpt this.
Yeah,
Boom, I
absolutely.
have-
Imagine that. That actually would be pretty interesting.
So
to see.
non-stop, dude. Always with something, man.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's on the topic of figures and clay sculpting. one of my intentions,
Mhm.
I'm going to do some more research on it to see when the next Designer Con is. Are you familiar with Designer Con?
No, tell me. I
So
want to
it's
know about it.
short for Designer Convention,
Right.
but it's I believe it's like toy design,
Okay.
and I'm not sure if Sofubi. Are you familiar with Sofubi? SOFUBI.
No.
Sofubi is a vinyl, like a soft vinyl,
Mhm.
toys from Japan, or at least that's where they originated, I believe.
Okay.
And they're really popular. They're like the old school Godzilla,
Oh, I see.
Ultraman.
Yeah.
You know, about 6 to 7 inch figures, right? And
Figures,
they're airbrushed to color, or they're either the vinyl can be clear.
Mhm.
So there's a cool community that really enjoys Sofubi and the Sofubi toys, the collectibles rather, I would
Okay.
say. And I've had my this idea of creating my own universe of like my monsters, right?
Dude.
So I don't know if I've showed you. I have two right now that I've already modeled out.
I have not seen them, bro. I need to come over and
Yeah, Octavia
scope
checked
it
them
out.
out.
Dope.
Just two. And initially, what I intended to was, so what I did with those is I employed like an aspect of sketching, but with just clay. So
Okay.
I didn't design anything on paper.
Right.
I'm just like, let me grab the clay. Okay, well, this
And
dude's
you
gonna need an
just-
arm. This dude's gonna
Right.
need this right there.
Basic template.
And
then
I just adding clay,
Yeah.
taking away, doing this, doing that, making it look, kind of monster creature. And I really enjoyed that, man, because it's real free. There's a real freedom with not having anything planned.
Right.
The only thing I'm like, okay, I want to keep them somewhere between no more than 6 inches in height, and I want them to be like creature-ish. So I don't necessarily like, I really don't want to do any reference, anything, not werewolf, none of that.
No,
I just want it to be kind of like a Cronenberg.
Yeah.
Like
I
just
like
a
I like
creature,
that,
you know.
yeah.
And so I've done two,
Okay.
but I intend to do more, and
Mhm.
more just of sculpting in general. Well, whatever comes to my imagination, and I want to do some resin,
Okay.
basically like
Yeah.
resin copies, right? Like
Right.
resin toys,
Mhm.
but paint them and make them unique.
Right.
And try to figure out, like I said, I'm going to do some research to see obviously what the cost is going to be to rent a booth at Designer Con.
Right.
What do I need to cover, basically get like get a package together,
Right.
so I can spread the word that I'm going to be doing this, and I'm going to have a line of toys
Yeah.
that collectors can order and stuff, and
So you
we'll
don't
see how that goes.
You don't necessarily have to be a company. You could just be an individual and go to.
Correct. And
that
I
is
think
awesome.
that's the more common,
Okay.
is that it's just individual, creator owned
Right.
figures, and you have the whole freedom of doing however you want to do
Yeah.
it. So I really dig that, man. That's like
I dig it too.
it sounds fun, and it's fun for me. Like I'm a fan of the
Yeah.
Sofubi collectibles, and I love creature stuff,
Mhm.
So we'll see. I'm gonna do my research, and that's an intention I have
I like
for
it.
this year, to see if I can pull it off.
So it's going down this year.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'll dig it. You said, so you're not using vinyl. You're just using clay.
I am not using, so vinyl is basically the cast.
Okay.
So
I
it's a
see.
different process. It's
Right.
it's a real like chemical based process, and
Mhm.
you kind of need like a whole plant set
Yeah,
up
to do
for
that.
it. I think that's why a lot of people that do Sofubi,
Mhm.
they just send their designs to Japan,
And have it.
and
I got it.
then they have, they get the bulk order.
Mhm.
The dude that I follow on Instagram, his name is Max.
Mhm.
Max Toy Company is his,
Okay.
and he has a lot of licensing. This dude's been in the game for a long time,
time.
dude. Probably 30 plus, I want to say,
Alright.
if I'm not mistaken. But his collectibles are mad cool, dude, and he kind of, you know, is always posting on the process of making all these, and he's in SoCal here. So
definitely link up.
If the opportunity presents itself, I'd like to go and just maybe spend a couple days, you know, as an apprentice,
right?
You know, and just see how he goes about his organized business, because it's his business, right? He's got his website and all that stuff, and so again, for me, if I have a goal in mind, then I start to break down how can that goal be achieved. What are the possibilities? Well, I have this dude over here that's in California that's like, you know, well known on Instagram and has his, you know, tons of years of experience. I would say he's a master, so I could learn from a master, you know. Go offer him some labor, and or, you know, maybe in exchange for some designs I could tell him, you know,
or simple knowledge,
or exactly, just go there and just, hey man, do you mind if I just kind of sit in, or maybe shoot a video of it and put it on my channel. Offer him some more exposure and stuff too.
So many
ways. Again, endless, dude, no excuses, man. No excuses.
Endless possibilities.
Yeah, man.
Limitless.
One just has to imagine the process of the possibilities,
and then just assert yourself
and rock with it.
That's
dude.
it. I love it, dude. Going way back, one of my first sculptures was back in like high school, I think.
Oh yeah.
That's when I first got into it. It was it's clay, but you have to bake it. I don't know if you use the same one.
So I use Super Sculpey.
Dry. Oh yeah.
Super Sculpey baked clay. Yeah. But I love Monster Clay, dude. Monster Clay is just oh my goodness, man. It has such a great feel, and it holds really well. That's the only thing that's not as convenient. You can't bake Monster Clay. It's not bakeable. You just after you do your design, then it's not. It doesn't dry at all.
Oh,
so it is just strictly for.
Oh, it's for continuous forming.
Yes, it's just strictly for continuous use.
Well, you could probably just add a hardener on it and it'll stay like that forever, maybe.
Well, what I've done is, if I've modeled in Monster Clay, and then I just do a silicone mold of it, and then so that's the usual process. That's the usual process. It's kind of similar to the oven baked clay, which is what I'm doing my figures in, but I just have them like that because I just need the solid state, because it makes it easier to mold the silicone. To get a silicone mold out of it, out of a solid, because if you use the Monster Clay if you do it, are you familiar with the 2-part molds? So if you do a 2-part mold, at least for me, what I do is I make a bed of clay, and then I put the solid piece on there, right, and then I do one half and then the other half, right. I've even done 3 halves.
Oh wow.
with a one of the sculptures that I'm using for more like a fine art approach. Man, I used like 7-8 parts to that thing. It was mad messy, dude. It was mad messy, but it was, oh man,
you're a beast.
It was, dude. It was like a puzzle.
I like that experimentation.
It was a puzzle that didn't exist.
Right.
But
you created it.
Okay, after this piece was done, I'm just like, damn, man, how am I gonna do the second part? Okay, damn, how am I gonna? And then I got into like I did like, I think 6 or 7 different silicone pours, dude. It was wild, man. But I got the end result anyway.
Right.
But the reason why I couldn't do, I can't put Monster Clay on a bed of clay because it's soft on soft.
Yeah.
So if I do the oven baked clay and I bake it, it's solid now, right? So I could do solid onto a bed of clay.
Right.
So makes sense. That's the advantage of having the oven baked clay. Another cool thing is, and what I've done actually recently, is use the oven baked clay to give me a general mold of what I want to design, and then I sculpt it with a knife.
Right.
So I bake it, it hardens, but then I go in and I chop it down with a knife, and like I scrape it, so I make like a more clean edges.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
detail
and like flat surfaces.
Right.
And that's really cool, man.
That's like ice carving. Yeah.
Kind
Start
of,
with a chunk.
and it's kind of like wood carving.
Wood carving too.
Like if you're carving a little figurine or
marble.
something. Exactly,
I dig
dude.
it. I like that.
And I'm like, man,
that.
this is cool, dude. So I just like bake, you know, just bake
just
chunk
something in a whatever form, and then you start
and then
from
carve
there.
it. Yeah, dude, it's dope.
That way
man.
you're creating something out of nothing. But that's just goes back to this a blank piece of paper.
Yes.
So, but you see how there's so many outlets you can just dive into, you know?
Man, absolutely.
Just like a blank roll of film.
That's it.
Go create.
Figure it out. Yeah. Figure out what's gonna show up on there.
I love it, dude.
Yeah, man.
You are like-minded, bro. You don't stop. Won't stop.
Nah, man. I just I think I'm just too excited. You know?
Absolutely. I got to show you one of my other clay sculptures. Remember the snake from Beetlejuice?
Yes.
So I did him.
Awesome. How big?
I didn't. I don't know, 5 inches. Something.
That's dope, man.
But I didn't stop there. Because it was just bare, you know. I was like, I need something more, so I created a box.
Did you paint it?
Yeah.
So you made a replica of the sandworm.
The sandworm. Yeah.
Oh, sick, dude.
I gotta show you. So I created a box, and I made a door. So when you open the door, he's there.
Yeah.
In the sand desert.
Oh, sweet, dude. Like the movie clip. Right on, dude. That's dope, man.
But yeah, that's one of
That's fun. And you used the oven baked clay for that?
Oven baked for that.
Okay.
Yeah. But I did that same kind of method where after you baked it, you went in and you kind of did details,
a little extra
more,
details. Yeah.
Just because it's more crisp, it's sharp.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I got to show you that.
Cool,
that was really fun to do.
What tools do you use for jewelry?
Basic tools, hammers. We have this. It's like a saw, but it's called a piercer.
Okay.
And it's really, really fine, thin blades. I'm talking about thin, bro. Like,
really?
You know, because you need to be able to get into these little spots. Cut the grooves. So they're by gauges. All kinds of hammer, ball pin hammer, wooden mallets.
Okay.
Even some hardened rubber mallets. Because you'll notice, and then anvils. Torch setup. It goes on and on.
You know, have you ever tried like engraving on like a copper plate?
Yeah, we have a lot of those tools
too. Okay.
To make, you know.
Yeah.
We have the engraving block too, so it rotates.
Yes, dude. I like that, man.
That's a lot of. You need some
dude.
good upper strength when you go engrave.
Yeah.
They make the electric one now. A lot of people use that one now.
Oh, okay.
Which is, it's okay. It saves a lot of time. But if you really want to learn, learn this first.
Yeah.
This is easier. Yeah, but learn the older way first.
There's good value in that. There's value in it. Yeah.
Just like how we go about and try new things. You're doing it your way, which is an older way. You don't know how to do it, you know. So I would go about, if I can reach anybody by listening to this, do something an old way. Learn the process first.
I would agree, dude.
Photography, do film photography first. Learn how to actually use a camera, how to expose properly, and then you can go digital and it'll be cake.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I usually try to. When people ask, I usually try to tell them.
I think there's something really cool about like having your workspace be big enough that you have to walk to go get that over there, and let me go get this over here. Let me go. I love moving around a shop, man.
Yeah.
It's a studio, and I've been in a good amount of places that's not just for painting. I was in a printmaking shop when I was living in Florence.
Super dope.
And it's we had to prepare the copper plates where we were going to engrave and etch and stuff.
Yeah.
And man, that's labor,
fun,
dude.
bro.
But it is enjoyable, man.
Very, very enjoyable.
And I tried using the like a carver that's called a bulino,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the one that fits in your palm, right? That has
Yeah.
the little
Wooden handle.
yeah,
and
the
then
little palm. Yeah, it kind
yeah.
of looks like a doorknob, a little cabinet knob.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to learn how to do all that like filigree and all that
Okay,
stuff,
yeah.
you know. So I was practicing, man, and like you gotta earn all your blisters,
Oh yeah, bro,
man.
you do. Yeah.
And but there's something, at least for me, there was something really enjoyable about like all this hands-on
Mhm.
art.
Absolutely.
And you know, I don't know if it's the same for film, but I could kind of see how it's cool just to be in a dark room and
favorite
you
place,
know,
bro. Yeah.
and waiting for the exposure
Mhm.
to come out, and then hanging it up or whatever. Like
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
only kind of seen in like movies, like, you know.
Well, yeah, how would they show? But
Yeah.
yeah, it's absolutely the same feeling.
Oh,
Just like
okay.
being in a random shop, you don't know where anything is, but eventually you'll find where
Sure.
you find how things work. Um, there's just a love for it. I don't know, but that's definitely my favorite place. That's where I learned to do what I
Cool,
kind of do
man.
now. You know.
Yeah.
But also with other things, I did the same. I went and I put myself in that place, and that's how I learned to do jewelry, how I learned to paint, draw, things like that. Yeah, it started from childhood, at least for me. But
Did you have an art class in high school?
I did.
Do you recall any interesting projects that you worked on?
Yeah. Actually, one of them I got second place at the MOA.
Oh snap!
Yeah,
Sick,
and
dude.
that was the high school.
What was it?
I did it in pastel. It was, I forget the name of what I called it. I had the pamphlet and everything. But I just can't find it. But how I do remember is it was in a shadow form, but it looked like it could be Batman.
Okay.
It had horns, and it was just shadowy form and simple pastel shades of gray and black.
Oh, okay.
Second place.
Sweet,
I was like,
man.
wow. And it was,
Sweet.
I don't know, 11 by 17.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Cool.
Yeah, that. And the sad part is I never went to go get it, so I don't know where that thing is.
Oh, dude, it's in the archive somewhere, man.
It's got to be,
yeah,
right?
Dude.
But I had went one time and asked, and they're like, no, we don't know where that would be. I was like,
he should have been like, it's for like $3 million.
Yeah. Imagine.
They're like, oh, it's over there.
Huh.
That's funny.
But
dope,
yeah,
man.
if anybody finds it, holler.
Yeah, holler at your boy. One of the projects that I recall really enjoying when in my high school art class was just the pointillism project.
Pointillism? Yeah.
And I was just like, man, how is this gonna turn out, right? You just kept on going. I did a portrait of Morrissey,
dude,
and pretty
gotta
big
show
too.
me.
I think it was probably like 16 by 20. I don't know if I myself, I don't know if I have that, but it was cool, man. Obviously it's
tedious.
just a bunch of little
of
little dots, and you just tick 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 tick
Yeah.
tick tick tick. But being engaged in that process and focused on what you're doing, right? Because some portions need to be darker than others, and all, right? So you're paying attention to what you're doing, but it's like it was really enjoyable. I haven't done pointillism, man, at all since
tell you
then.
The last time I've tried that. Before.
Yeah,
I have
that's
tried
been
it,
a
but
while.
that's interesting. You brought that up, because isn't during around that time is when they came out with the can't remember the name. It looked like newspaper print. You know, when it's all dotted.
Oh, the Band-Aid dots.
Band-Aid dots. Yeah. I don't know if that was around the same time, but it could have been. But
for
pointillism, I'm not sure though.
No, well, Band-Aid, it's a guy's name. The dude's name is Band-Aid. I think he invented that probably like in the 70s.
Okay.
Because comic books began using that method.
That's why I thought
it must have been like
I don't
60s,
know.
dude. It must have been, it must have been. because Roy Lichtenstein, so he's the dude that basically, I think, the reason why copyright stuff exists now.
Yeah.
Because this dude was just ripping off,
Yeah.
just ripping off all the comic books artists.
It's the name, bro. Lichtenstein.
Yeah, so he was popular in the '60s,
Mhm.
right? That was pop art was big in
booming,
America,
yeah.
right? '60s,
Booming.
something like that. And so the Ben-Day dot system, I think it was probably even earlier than that. It might even been the '50s. But that's interesting in the way that like the I have actually a Procreate, a couple brushes that do that.
Okay.
I haven't used it yet, which now that you kind of bring it up, man, I probably should start messing around with it.
Mm.
But it's cool how it just uses the 4-color system, the
Right.
black, magenta,
Cyan.
and yellow.
And yellow.
And just based on all those, based on those 4,
Mm.
you can just kind of generate. And there's a graph that shows you how much yellow, 50% of yellow, 50% of cyan gives you
Right.
this,
Mhm.
like a greenish perhaps, right? And all that stuff is cool, man. And it, at least for me, I really like the old school comics that were on newsprint. I don't like
Right.
the computer generated colors
Yeah.
for comics. I don't know. There's something really cool looking about like that aesthetic.
Mhm.
The Band-Aid dots, and even when they don't line up, like
No,
some would bleed,
yeah,
like it would
right.
bleed over the black line.
Dig it too.
I thought that was really cool. So maybe time to explore with some more of that stuff, dude.
It'd be interesting. I did enjoy printmaking too.
Oh,
That
cool,
was one
dude.
of my favorites.
I do like that as well.
You tried screen printing too?
I don't know, dude,
Not
man.
yet.
I when I was in Florence,
Mhm.
I was there early 2019 when they shut us down.
Oh, right, because
when they shut us down for
Right.
COVID, and the following week after they shut down our school session,
Mhm.
that's when we were gonna do a workshop for silkscreen print. And I was like, oh man, I was looking
Darn,
forward to
dude.
that, dude.
Yeah.
Just because it looks fun. I've never done it before.
Does.
I still haven't done it.
Well, when you're ready, I know a place we can go.
Oh, solid, man.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Yeah, we
I have
will.
plenty ideas,
Yeah.
man.
The process is fun too.
Yeah, making posters, even
Yeah.
making posters of this stuff, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Putting them
Yeah,
on whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
solid, man.
Yeah, so.
Here
Yeah.
local?
Kinda. We just gotta head out to Baker's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Yeah,
Cool little
it's
drive.
It's only an hour, maybe.
It's cool, man.
If that. Yeah. It's just always good to know, meet and know more and more interesting people.
Yeah, man, network.
Because you never know what you might need or what ideas you might be like, oh, wait, I do know someone that does this.
Mm-hmm.
So you can reach out. Just how you talked about the toy maker.
Yeah.
And he's local. So, like, look, now you do know somebody within this realm. And
Yes.
reach out. I'm interested to see when you get to that stage. I might want to join you.
The toy making stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's
Just to go check it out. and
cool,
stuff.
man.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable, dude. It's at least for me, again, the creative part of it,
Mm-hmm.
I approach it more like sketching. I don't care that the arms. In fact, one of my creature creations, the dude kind of has like a claw,
Mm-hmm.
and an arm. So
Okay.
it's like not symmetrical at all. One eyeball is bigger than the other.
I like it.
So I'm just like, this is cool, man. This is what I want to do. I want to do this kind of, whichever direction the clay takes me.
Right.
In a way,
Yeah.
if there's what appears to be like an incidental bump over here, and either way, once I bake it and it hardens,
Yeah.
I could carve it down or I could add
Or you
more
can
clay
add
to
more.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Because I also have this epoxy sculpt that it dries in like 4 hours.
Okay.
So you have like about a 2-hour working time where
To do it, yeah.
it's a 2-part modeling clay,
Super
and
dope.
it's a lot of fun, dude. I really enjoy that, and with that, man, time goes by fast,
It does
dude.
for you. It does.
And it's like,
Telling
oh
you,
my
when you're
goodness,
in that
man.
creative zone, like,
Yeah.
you look up, you're like, what? It's night.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
It's a
Wh-
trip sometimes.
When I paint, especially in oil, I kind of keep track of my time.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more
It's good.
cognizant about it,
Yeah.
just because I'm just like, you know what? There's a lot of value in not looking at the artwork for like 10
No,
minutes.
that's why I go take a walk.
Yeah,
That's what I
go-
do when I'm editing.
Oh, okay.
I can't sit and stare at that screen for like hours and hours.
Oh,
bro.
okay.
That'll eat you up. You know, and then if you do that, and then you send it out to whoever it may go to, a client, whatever. You might get some, revisions needed because
Sure.
you didn't take enough time to get. You just rush and stuff.
Sure,
But that's
sure.
not. You might not get. To me, it's not the best way to go. What I like to do is when I'm sitting there, I start it, right? I get things situated going, and then I'll take a break, come back, and I replay what I did, and I might find something that needs to be changed. This is how it works.
Yep.
Same thing with when you're painting. I'm sure, like you take a good break, come back, and be like,
Yeah.
you might notice something else.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Re-examine it.
Yeah.
Look at it through a mirror. Look at
mean-
it through a black mirror.
Yeah.
Just
Or in
keeping
different lighting.
Yeah, keep
you know?
examining it.
Yeah.
Keep examining it because
I know.
you'll
I know,
notice little things
you
that
will.
need adjustments.
And I know there's some out there that are too, what would you say, perfectionist. But if you get to that level, then you'd never finish anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have to have some kind of leniency to where
Yeah.
it's good enough.
I think for me, whenever I'm aware that an artwork is like I'm done working on it, not necessarily that it's finished,
No, right.
but I'm done working on it,
Mhm.
is just this feeling of like, okay, I don't need to make any more adjustments.
No.
And I'm happy with the results.
That's what matters.
And it's like, okay, I can move around now. Okay, all right, just set it off to the side. And still, I might see something from time to time,
Later on,
looking
yeah.
at it like,
Of course.
oh, I could have done that, but it's
Yeah,
all good.
Absolutely.
It's all
I
good.
feel like
Yeah.
that's natural though. But that's good because your mind is still
Just
going.
churning,
Yeah.
huh?
It's
Yeah.
still going. It's not going to stop.
Yeah.
You know, I like that. Yeah, I've looked back on past projects that I've done, and I'm like, yeah, I should have did this, or maybe
Right.
maybe I shouldn't have done that, or
Sure.
maybe I drew his eyes a little bigger. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I think about a lot of things like that, but yeah, I think that's natural, bro, for sure.
But there's absolutely value in stepping away.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself a good stretch and
Yeah.
and depending on what you're working on as far as painting goes,
Right.
I kind of find myself like hunched over every now and then, or like my traps get tired, because I'm
Yeah.
like, look, for whatever
Right.
reason I like looking up at the artwork while
Mhm.
I'm finding the right angle to do
Right.
a specific shape or a line, and just loosen up the muscles, man.
That's it, bro. Yeah, totally right.
Do you have any projects coming up that you're looking forward to or intend on getting to?
Getting to. I was excited about doing something with you today, but that didn't.
Yeah, the
pan
weather's been a bit chilly.
But other
being
than
outdoors.
that, don't really have anything super exciting yet.
All right.
But when it comes, it comes.
Yeah, man.
And that's usually how I go with it. I just go with the flow.
Cool.
But yeah, I do want to. I know Jaime's been working on a script.
Oh, really? Oh,
So
I
when
think you might have mentioned something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been waiting for him to finish so we can start filming.
Sick, dude. Sick.
Yeah, I'd like to really start a short film. So
Oh man, that's awesome, dude.
yeah, when the time's right, you'll probably be getting a call.
Let me know,
to
my man.
be,
Let me know, dude.
Help out.
Absolutely. I think that's I personally
I don't know
don't
if-
find myself in front of cameras
Yeah, I
often,
was
even
gonna
like now,
ask-
right? I mean, we've had this
Yeah.
You know,
The setup.
this setup.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone that's interested to know how am I recording and all this stuff, it is
Drop it for 'em.
just a piece of cake, like low tech approach.
Right.
And I wanted to do this intentionally
Budget.
because I wanted to express this philosophy of no excuses.
Right.
I have two lapel microphones that I connected to my iPhone, which I'm recording the audio track on GarageBand. Simple. Piece of cake. Simple.
Everyone has it.
From there, as far as the videos for the video,
Right.
I recorded on iPhone. Piece of cake. I uploaded to a program called VLLO. I don't know if it's an acronym or if that's the name of the app itself, but it's on my MacBook, so it's super cake, super easy. I send the file from GarageBand as a song to the MacBook. I send all the videos directly to the MacBook. On the app, the VLLO program, I mute all the videos and I put in as a background music selection the audio recording.
Track, yeah.
And on there you can adjust the levels. It gives you an option for like an EQ. But I do it on GarageBand. So what I'll do is I'll send the file as a project from my iPhone to my iPad,
right?
Which on my iPad is just easier to edit for me. I edit the generally it's been about an hour's worth of verbal conversation on there. Do the best. Just the earlier recordings, some of them like really spiked like crazy,
right.
You know, because again, just being new at it,
exactly.
right? Just figuring it
That's
out.
how you learn, yeah.
From my iPad is where I send the song in song form, which is audio recording, to the MacBook, and then from there I bring it into the program. I put it on there. Piece of cake, man.
Boom,
no excuses. Then from there, I export it from VLLO as a complete video. It saves directly to the photo folder on the MacBook. From the MacBook, I save it onto an external hard drive.
Good.
And then from there, I bring it onto my other laptop, which is just a desktop that I use for the internet. And that I have my YouTube channel set up. And then upload it on there. And it's about uploading a video after the video's been completed and everything. I'd say about maybe 30 minutes or so. It's up.
Yeah.
And I schedule it. Bam, leave it scheduled.
Okay.
And
it goes and it goes.
Then it's just scheduled at 12 p.m. on Fridays. It releases by itself. So I just do like a post on Instagram, just notifying that it's out there.
Yeah, let everyone know. Yeah.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. You just heard how the whole
process in like less than 15 minutes. It's cake, guys.
It really is. If anyone's interested in doing something similar.
Yeah, if you have it starts with that tiny idea, and look, you can expand to.
That's it.
Limitless possibilities.
Yes. So very low budget. Again, 2 lapel microphones I got from Amazon. I think they're good quality. I think they were like $50 each.
Good, yeah.
Then the adapter for the 2 microphone adapter onto the iPhone, and then the rest is iPhone, iPad, and MacBook.
Or whatever
piece
you
of cake,
have.
man. Whatever. Yeah, no excuses. You can just make it work.
Yeah.
And nowadays all this stuff is pretty user friendly.
Right.
Like I didn't do any specific tutorial for this VLLO program that I used to edit the video. I just went on there like, okay, it looks like I just click here to add a video. Cool, add, done. Oh, look, it says right there, BGM, background music. Click on there, pick a file, bam,
boom,
piece of cake, man.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, dude, it's really user friendly, man. So
I like it.
And it's cool, man. And the first time doing something, just in general, is gonna be a bit intimidating and a bit the unknown. Like, okay, what's gonna happen? How's this gonna end up? Just do it. if it's something brand new to you,
Mm-hmm.
do it with the expectation of by the fourth time, I'm gonna nail this thing.
Yeah.
Clean.
You should have it down.
Yeah. So
Fact.
the first 3 times, let those just be
Learning curves.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
it, man. Just let them be learning experiences. On the
Yeah.
4th time,
You
you're
should
just
nail
gonna
it,
be
yeah.
you're just gonna be just flying through whatever process it is.
Dope.
Like everything, man, right? With more mileage you put into a thing,
Absolutely, yeah.
you just get more comfortable.
The greats were great. Why? Because they painted a lot.
Exactly, dude.
Right?
That's it, man. Just
That's
hours,
all-
dude.
I mean, there was not much else to do back then. I know,
Yeah.
but
Which, man, what an advantage in a way, huh?
exactly.
When that's
bro,
you're like,
right?
yo, man, we're gonna be
Look
painting.
how much you could put into
Yeah.
your work, guys.
Yeah.
But I know we all have
Yeah, man.
these weird lives.
We're
you know,
in this
but-
time. We're here now. We got to do
Yeah, you
what
gotta-
we
you
can
gotta
with
do
what
it
we
now,
have,
yeah.
where we're at in time, in
Exactly.
life.
Yeah.
And it's still awesome.
It is.
It's still
It is.
awesome.
You make
Like,
it what it is.
for me, like today, dude, I hit the gym and I was exhausted even from the earlier
Mm-hmm.
in the week. I had a really good workout. And sometimes I'm like, man, dude, I'm exhausted, man. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
But my desire for doing something, some kind of art, man, I just pick up the dry erase board and I just start doodling, man. Just start doing
Dig it.
something, even if it's not directly related to a project that
Right,
I'm
you
working
just-
on.
you're just
I just want to
creating
do
some.
stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just get these ideas out of my head.
I like it.
And just keep moving, keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just like, these are just more miles, man, that I'm putting in to.
Right.
Man, I'm so looking forward to what I'm gonna be doing in 5 years from now, dude. I know I'm
like it, bro.
gonna be a boss, dude.
That's right.
So
That's what I wanna hear,
I'm enjoying this process,
That's the
man.
mentality you need. That we all need.
It's an advantage to have a
Yeah.
mentality like this,
Yes,
dude.
you need it. In order to get to where you're gonna be, you need it. We can't-
Valuable, very valuable.
Exactly. But yeah, so this was that marker that you were using,
So,
or was that
man,
ink?
like with all these videos, I've used like a different thing almost every time.
I noticed. I like the
Just
one
because
with-
there's so much out there to
I
try
like-
out,
I
to
like
test
the
out.
dry erase board idea. I saw that one with timing.
So
That was
this
genius.
here, and I've had these paint markers forever, dude.
Oh, so they are markers.
Yeah, but they're
'Cause-
paint markers. It's acrylic paint.
Yeah, I was wondering why they leave the wet marks, but I get it now.
And this is way more
Yeah, that-
opaque than ink.
Mm-hmm.
Ink, I have to go over it maybe a
Few
couple
times,
times,
yeah.
but even then, it's like
Mhm.
just a little different. But with what I used on the black background is Montana paint markers. Montana being the brand,
Right.
brand Montana paint markers, and I've had those, and I've always like intended to use them. I just kind of never got around to it, right?
Mhm.
And I'm just like, you know what, man, whatever I have hanging around that's material,
Implement
yeah, I'm
it.
gonna let me try it for this. Let me just mix it up and see how it responds to
goes.
paper, because
Right.
this is on Bristol board paper.
Okay.
Now this is just acrylic paint that I'm using,
Mhm.
but I also got these other the brand is called Posca.
Mhm.
They are acrylic markers as well, acrylic paint markers.
Yeah. I've heard of them, I think.
And the black of the Yorkie there
Yeah.
on the Yorkie itself is that brand, and that's why it's a little bit more rich than you
The
see.
berry, bro.
The black of the background is pretty flat relative to
that, yeah.
To-
He's like
it's a little bit brighter
staring
in black,
into-
like a little
staring-
glossier.
Staring into my soul right now. bro.
And again, this is a realism
Mhm.
picture that I got from Lexica as a
Right.
reference.
Mhm.
But I did this in this style because I love this play of just black and white.
Light and shadow.
I got this idea from Mike Mignola, the creator of Hellboy.
Mhm.
His artwork, I've seen on a channel, a dope channel that I follow on YouTube called Cartoonist Kayfabe.
Mhm.
They've done a lot of reviews of Mike Mignola, his like artist editions,
Right.
And the artist editions are basically like the pencils or the inks before they go to color. So
Oh.
everything is black and white. And man, this dude's just black and white, almost like a Sin City
Okay.
aesthetic to it. But in black and white before it goes to color, as far as like the Hellboy comics and stories moved on, when they're in black and white, they just look mad cool, dude. And
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I really dig that. So I wanted to try to harness my inner Mike Mignola
Dope.
and add just little touches of color.
Right.
And
I kind of dig it.
it's I think it looks really cool, dude. Especially like figuring out how to balance black and white.
Right.
Just that in itself is a great strength to have, I think, as an artist,
Mm-hmm.
because later on I can see myself using this idea to balance out even colors, and
Yeah.
I intend to do this as using the same idea, but making all my shadows real dark blues or purples or real dark
yeah.
purples,
Yes.
and all the lights making them probably like a yellow or
Yeah.
pink.
Right.
And I'm gonna explore with that idea some more. But I'm like, I like doing these little designs here because I feel like I get to play with the shadow. Like that already looks like
No,
it's
makes pop.
popping, dude.
It does, yeah.
It's popping in a really
It's
cool
just
effect.
a little bit. I really do like this.
And making those choices, right? Again, all these choices as far as the what's gonna be black and what's gonna be white, I'm making that decision
Right.
on from the reference photo that I'm getting,
image?
because the reference photo is full color.
Yeah,
It looks
it's-
like a 3D dog, like
Yeah.
how you see it there.
Right.
But I'm using that as just my reference to render it in a 2D,
And the 2D
black
aspect.
and white, really
I really-
limited palette.
I really dig it.
And I really enjoy that process, and it looks cool. I think it
does.
has a cool little effect to it.
I do. I like it.
And as an exercise, man, it's fantastic, dude.
Mm-hmm.
As an exercise, if anyone just wants to give something like this a shot, find a photo on the internet and just do it in black and white.
Yeah.
I really enjoy working in Sharpies, man.
Oh, yeah.
A design that's gonna be coming up for the next week, I really push that, like that chisel tip Sharpie,
Yeah.
where I'm like, this is gonna be my mark maker.
Mhm.
Like I don't want to use like a fine liner or anything. Like I'm like, I just want to like use these bold shapes
Yeah.
of the bolder side of the chisel tip,
Right.
and just use that as my main mark making tool once I got to like the details
Right.
of the drawing. And I like that, man. It
Is
looks
it
kind of
like-
really like bulky. It looks
Is it
like
the 1-inch one? It's like a super fat one.
no.
No?
This one is
It's still.
yeah,
Is it
it's a
normal
chisel
size?
tip. Yeah, it's a small.
They make the fat ones, huge, bro.
And that's
That'd be
basically what the
good.
marker is.
Right.
Yeah, it's like 5 millimeter or something like
Okay.
that is the measurements
Yeah.
that the markers come in.
Gotcha.
And I have a whole whole box of fluorescent color ones too. And again,
Really?
I'm gonna get I'm gonna
Dude,
get
you
to all
gotta
this
do
stuff,
a
dude.
glow in the dark thing, dude. That would be pretty awesome.
And
Where it's like black and white in this light,
yeah,
when the lights go out,
black light.
then you
Yeah.
see the neon stuff you just
Yes.
implemented. How rad would that be for a shirt,
I've done
too?
that with some of my sculptures.
Okay.
I've
Yeah?
just like dabbed on there, just kind of like
Super
sprinkled
dope.
on there some of this black, like fluorescent and black light
Mhm.
reactive colors, and they
Super
glow in the dark. Man, they look really cool, dude.
Dude.
Yeah, they look really cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to come check those out. That's
Yeah,
super
man.
sick.
And I've had this idea of, so the resin that I use to cast the figures in,
Mm-hmm.
it hardens within minutes, dude, like 5 minutes.
Whoa.
You only have like a 3-minute working time. So as soon as you
Okay.
start mixing the two
Yeah.
parts,
Yeah.
man, you feel the little cups start to heat up
Heat up.
because the
Yeah.
chemicals
Hardening,
reaction, right?
activating,
So I was thinking to myself, I doubt anybody's gonna try this first.
Mhm.
Whatever, bro. I'm all good, man.
Go
If
for
anybody
it.
wants to try it, try it.
Yeah.
I was thinking because you can mix fluorescent like powders into the resin.
Okay.
So the whole figure will glow.
Glow, yeah.
And I was thinking like, man, that would be cool to mix that onto, let's say, whatever canvas I've already painted, but just like spackle that on there,
Yeah.
or just like drip it on there,
Right.
so it'll have a black light effect to it too, and use that as like a paint. Yeah, use that as a medium to add,
Super
like
genius.
you know, just a different touch to it. So
and it's something you'll only notice with obviously a black light.
yeah. So that would be cool to have a frame
Oh,
that incorporates a
right.
black light, like on the. I'm telling you, bro,
Yeah.
I'm nonstop with ideas.
Let's go, dude. Let's go.
I'm nonstop, dude.
Dude, heck yes.
I'm a mad scientist, man.
That's right. I think we all should be, right?
It's fun, dude.
In a form.
It's fun, man. It's fun, dude.
It is.
It's fun. I think when you find your joy, when you find your bliss, that keeps you young, dude.
It does.
That keeps you young, man.
You're right.
It's
absolutely. Because it's never work.
It's not, man. It's really not.
No.
And doing all this stuff, dude, just it keeps me smiling, man.
Yeah,
it just keeps me smiling, dude.
Absolutely.
It's a fun process. It's a fun journey that I'm on.
I love it.
You know, the rewards that I'm gonna reap from all my work, they'll come when they come. I'm not in a rush. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this, man.
Enjoy the ride right now.
This is awesome.
Right?
When I'm that dude that has his documentary on Netflix, check out this dude's life.
Yeah.
Then I'll tell everyone, hey, I'm a success.
Right.
I did it, you know, and thank you for everybody that, you know, that supported and
joined me on this journey, yeah.
And somebody pass on the baton.
Yeah.
Like somebody's next, man. I want to hear the next cool story, dude.
Exactly.
So just
I really like
moving forward, man.
I
Moving
really
forward.
love that story.
Keep on moving, dude.
Yeah.
Non-stop,
bro.
So have you done any like specific silk screen printed works?
Specific? No, they were mostly like school projects.
Okay.
But really fun ones.
Okay.
I don't want to say the name, but I did one, and it was something happened at the school, right?
Okay.
And there was an art exhibition.
Okay. Like a student show or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a really big one though, like one they hold every year.
Oh.
Anyways, this kid, whatever, what he put in the show was some, door stoppers, some wooden ones.
Door stoppers?
Yeah, the old wooden ones.
Okay.
And that's what he submitted. Found objects.
Like ready-mades, basically.
Yeah.
Is what
but he it was sitting on the ground.
Yeah,
that was his.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That was his contribution.
That's like Marcel Duchamp with the toilet in the ready-made stuff. It's like
or the banana thing.
It's art if I say it's art.
Right. And I know it's, but damn, he won.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh
he
wow,
wins.
dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it was 10 or 5 G's.
Oh wow, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
So obviously, I saw it and I was like, Anyway, so my design on the screen print was the school, and then a picture of a door with a doorstop. It says no skills required. And it was huge, bro. I put it on like huge parchment paper.
Wow.
I plastered it around the school.
Really?
Yeah, the next day, they're all taken down. So if you guys want to know, if you're watching this and you want to know who did that, it was me. But yeah, that was, I don't think a lot of people appreciated that too, because there was a lot of great work in that room.
Yeah, that could be
like work that you can see how much time someone put into it. And for someone to do that,
and on that, so for me, I don't think that all art should be judged in the same manner.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Personally, I think like there should be no best of show in general. For example,
Right.
I think photography is its own category and should be appreciated
As
as
that.
as that art form.
Right.
I think sculpting
Mhm.
should be its own category and appreciated in that own art form. Painting with whatever medium or drawing with whatever medium should be its own category in that appreciated and judged as that form.
Right.
Because although all of it is art, there's different approaches and different technicalities and different techniques.
Perspectives, yeah.
There's different levels of ability that should be taken into account. So, my opinion, like you, I really don't see how one can judge like a landscape photography, a photograph of a
Right.
landscape, you know, as gorgeous as it may look, versus let's say a watercolor, a landscape done in watercolor.
Right.
That's just too far off different techniques. You're talking about somebody that's
spectrums,
that's using their judgment of color, value,
right,
and putting it
perspective,
and if it's which generally is they're taking it from an actual location, right?
Yeah.
Not versus the photography. Generally, it's a location, right, from nature.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But and on that note, sculpting. I don't think that sculpting, let's say in clay, can be scrutinized the same way that a portrait in realism
is categorized.
Is judged.
Right.
Like, man, there's just two different mediums, and there's just technicalities, you know, right? If somebody uses tools to sculpt, or if it's all hand sculpted,
it's common sense too. It's a night and day category. You can't just combine everything in one pot.
That's what I feel the exact same way, dude. I just feel like there should be a first prize for photography, a first prize for sculpting, a first prize for each category.
Yeah.
Even digital art, right?
Oh, absolutely.
That's another one. Digital.
Yeah.
But to do like a best of show, I don't think that's that feels to me more politics than actual consideration for what the best like I'll make the analogy with a soccer player. Like who's the best soccer player? Well, soccer has, you know, all these positions. You have to narrow it down by who's the best goalkeeper, who's the best defender, who's the best right? Yeah. Specifics, because that all matters. That all matters. That's just my opinion, man.
No,
so that's something that for me is a little bit well, it turns me off a little.
I agree.
Like to enter
100%.
contests, because I just like I can't rationalize how this is judged.
Right.
Like and I think that that the artist should be able to tell you about that piece and why that piece was created, what that means, symbolism, mythology,
whatever it may be. Yeah.
Whatever it may be. I think that art is, as far as painting, I'm going to be specific to painting. Painting is not just being able to mix the right colors.
No.
When you're composing, even a still life, when you're composing something, it has meaning. It should mean something to you.
Right.
Rather than just, okay, there's just fruit, I'm going to draw, I'm going to paint that. It has more value if you understand the history of still life painting.
Right.
If you understand the changes and the symbolism from the objects that are depicted.
Right.
Can you tell the story by what you're rendering? I think all that matters, and
Absolutely, dude.
for there to be no, let's say, interview with artists when you just submit an artwork for a competition or an exhibition. Like, I feel like you know nothing about my artwork,
Right.
because I didn't get the opportunity to tell you about it.
Explain about it, yeah.
For me, dude, I can talk about all my paintings, man,
Yeah.
for like an hour, dude. I can
Right.
tell you how
Yeah.
much what they mean, where I got these ideas from, what value do I hold that to,
That you hold dear to
personally.
you, yeah.
And if I submit, an artwork to a show or a competition, like, you're only getting the superficial aspect of the artwork.
Yeah.
There's way much
Yeah,
more to it. At least for me, there's
yeah,
way much more to
absolutely,
my paintings
absolutely.
than just being able to paint.
Absolutely. That's why I appreciate those when you have private showings where artists actually get to speak.
That's
Those are
great, dude. That's
are
great.
awesome
Yeah,
to go to. If
that's
you haven't
great.
gone, we should go to one.
That's great.
Or hopefully we'll go to yours.
Yeah, man. One of these days, we'll
But
make
yeah,
the announcement.
I like what you said, but the key thing you did talk about was when politics get involved. That's what tends to happen now.
Yeah, and
as with everything.
Yeah,
right?
it's a part of life. I get it.
It is, but just really unappreciated.
Yeah,
that aspect.
It's all good, man. We'll see how the art world develops.
Yeah, it's constantly. I mean, hopefully AI didn't take over, but yeah.
It's all good.
But yeah,
man.
it's definitely been wild, fun. Love seeing the new things that are coming about. New artists. It's always great to hear new artists, or maybe they developed a new method. But yeah, this was fun, bro.
Yeah, man.
Fun once again.
Well, we're at the end of the video. So to the audience, I'd like to say thank you for hanging out. And like always, if you enjoyed the video and you want to show some love, the best way to do so is to pick up some merch. Get yourself a hoodie, t-shirt, some stickers. A link to the shop will be in the description below. If you'd like to reach out and contact me for a commission, you could do so through Instagram or email. And lastly, feel free to share the video and spread the word about the channel. I greatly appreciate the support in helping the channel grow. Nabil, any last questions or anything you want to add here?
No, not really, bro. I enjoyed this. Can't wait to see your claymations happen. But yeah, everyone out there, just keep doing, keep growing. And we'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, man. 100%, dude.
All right.
Well, thanks again, brother, for taking the time to hang out, man.
It was awesome, bro.
Appreciate it, dude.
For sure. Next time.
And to everyone out there in this amazing spiral, take care, enjoy life, and be kind.